Hi there, guys, and happy Thursday. It's Miss Swallia here. We're going to be talking about quadrilaterals for the second day in a row, but this is your last lesson for this school week. So let's review a couple of things that we learned about quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is a polygon that has four sides and four angles. Okay, we've talked about sides and how they're line segments. We've talked about the different kinds of angles, like a right angle, which makes a perfect square in a corner. And then we talked about the four types of quadrilaterals: a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, and a trapezoid. So, in this lesson, we're going to be drawing quadrilaterals and understanding how it can be a quadrilateral, understanding if we know how many opposite sides are parallel, if we know how many opposite sides are the same length or equal length, and if we know how many right angles are in this quadrilateral, right? So it's just kind of a review, only we're going to be drawing a little bit today. So I like to draw quadrilaterals on our piece of paper. So we have these different types of quadrilaterals. I have a rectangle. This kind of looks like a square, but it's a little more of a rectangle as well. I have this, which is a rhombus. This is also a rhombus. So we have different types of quadrilaterals. We know that they're quadrilaterals based on the types of properties they have. So we know that we can figure out what shape it is by knowing right angles, opposite sides that are parallel, and whether opposite sides or the side lengths are the same. So we can use a grid to draw a quadrilateral. So there are 4 points on this grid. Remember, a point is a little dot on a number line or a grid. So if I connect A and point B, that's going to make a line segment. Remember, a line segment has points on the end. A line continues on forever. If I connect B to C, that means that I have a line segment BC. If I connect C to D, I'm also going to get another line segment, right? Because the purpose is to make this a polygon. And I can't make it a polygon unless the figure is closed. Here we go. So I have a closed figure with straight line segments and angles. I have a pair of sides that are parallel on the top and bottom, and a pair of side lengths that are parallel on the left and the right. So because I have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel, I know that it cannot be a trapezoid. All right, because trapezoids only have at least one. So that means it's either a square, a rectangle, or a rhombus. So the next thing that I'm going to understand is whether or not my side lengths are the same, or if I have right angles. Because I have 4 of the same side length and I have 4 right angles, that means that this is a square. You guys knew that. It's an easy square. We've known what a square is for a very long time, but I just want you to understand that the reason it's a square is because it has 4 sides that are the same length and also 4 right angles and 2 pairs of parallel sides. So here we have another figure. We're going to figure out why this figure is not a square. Here we go. Connect all my lines. This is not a square because clearly it's a rectangle. I still have the 4 right angles. I still had parallel lines, but a rectangle has 2 sides that are the same length. Okay, so I just wanted you to notice that a square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be a square. Okay, now this is not going to be a rectangle, and we're going to have to figure out why. So I'm going to continue to connect my points A, B, C, D. Oh, there's no E. Now, this is not a rectangle because I don't have 4 right angles anymore. Did you see that this angle right here is very large and this one is very skinny? Those are not right angles. So here are rhombuses. So a rhombus, as you can show, here's a square here again. What, is a square a rhombus? Yes, it is. A square can be a rhombus because the only classifications you need to know for rhombus is that the side lengths are the same and it doesn't have to have right angles. But it does need to have 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. So this is not a rhombus because It does not have 4 of the same length sides. Do you see how these ones are kind of longer? So this is not a rhombus. A square can be a rhombus, but not all rhombuses are squares. So those are the types of things that we're going to be looking for and we're going to practice today. So which one of these figures has no right angles? That means not even one. We definitely know it's not the rectangle because a rectangle needs 4 right angles. This right here is a trapezoid. You have 1 pair of parallel sides, but I can say right here that I have some nice right angles right here. However, this shape, this rhombus does not have right angles. Some rhombuses do, but it does not have to have right angles. So this is the rhombus that I was talking about. We're going to get one more example. I believe, yes. This asks, which one of these shapes has only 1 pair of parallel sides? Remember, parallel sides are opposite sides that will not ever cross. So which one of these shapes do we know has only 1 pair of parallel sides? It would be this one, because can you see how these 2 opposite sides are eventually going to intersect up here? They're going to eventually cross. If we continued on these lines, we would have a nice little triangle actually. So what is this called? Is this a square, a rectangle, a trapezoid, or a rhombus? If you're thinking trapezoid, you're right. Trapezoids are the only quadrilateral that only has 1 pair of parallel sides. Okay? Awesome. So let's do 2 more examples on our personal math trainer to make sure that you guys understand what you're going to be learning today. I don't understand why it does that, but it's okay. I'll get to it fast. 2 more examples for you, and then you guys will be on your way to complete your 12.6 assignment by yourself. Here we go. So these are the types of questions you're going to be seeing. Select the quadrilateral described. 2 pairs of parallel sides. It actually says we need to select all that apply, so that means most likely it's going to be more than 1. So does this shape have 2 pairs of parallel sides? Yes, this and its opposite are parallel. This line and the opposite is also parallel. So A is correct. Right here, you know that shape. That's a rectangle. Friends, do you remember if rectangles have 2 pairs of parallel sides? I hope you remember yes, it does. How about this shape, friends? Just look at it. What is it? This is a square. Do squares have 2 pairs of parallel sides? Yes, they do. Can't be a square without it. But here's that tricky trapezoid. As you can see, these 2 are a pair of parallel lines, but these 2, they're going to intersect. So the answer to this question would be A, B, and C. Please make sure that you're reading the questions carefully. All right, and finally, one more example. Select the quadrilateral that is described. 4 sides of equal length. Do rectangles have 4 sides of equal length? No. How about trapezoids? Do those look equal to you? Nope. Hey, these look pretty equal. Why isn't that the right answer? That one's not the right answer because, friends, that's not a quadrilateral. That's a shape that has 3 sides. What's that called? A triangle. So the answer is B. 1, because I know that these are all equal sides, and because A, C, and D are not being described using this sentence. So I hope that's enough practice and enough explanation for you to be successful on your last assignment of the week. So please log into your Go Math and complete your 12.6 assignment, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. See you guys. Bye.